morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are in your time zone. So today we are here to see how you can use integrate applications with using the Oracle Integration Cloud product, which is a cloud-based product. So before I begin, let me give a brief introduction about NexInfo. NexInfo is a consulting company for both small and large companies across diverse range of industries. As you all know, we are a global company with the ability to provide services across US and Europe. NexInfo opened up for business in 1999. We have been in the industry for 22 years with a wealth of knowledge and experience in software consulting services such as business process design, software implementations, SaaS solutions, and business analytics. Our main domain expertise is across all Oracle products, and we are a certified Oracle partner and do have partnership with Microsoft, SAP, Vanguard, and RFGen. Lastly, but not the least, we have been recognized by many firms such as Gartner and other industry forums. We have received many accolades from Silicon Review, Inc. 500, and much more. Now a little bit introduction about myself. My name is, again, as I said, Rahul Phatak. I have 20 plus of industry experience and specialize in business transformation, process and solution design, program management, as well as change management. I have a deep and diverse experience in ERP, both in finance, supply chain domains, as well as HCM. I'm Oracle certified specialist and handled multiple Oracle projects, including the upgrades, cloud products, and integration using OIC. Today, I have with me Venkateshwari Jayaprakash, who is going to also co-present with me, and I would like to hand over the floor to her for her to provide a brief introduction about herself. Having said that, I'm going to turn off my mic, so cause a little bit less distractions. Over to you, Venkateshwari.
Thanks, Rahul. Hi, this is Venkateshwari, having 14 years of industry experience and specialized as technical consultant in ERP applications like Oracle eBusiness and Fusion application. Extensive experience in enterprises resourcing planning, and especially in the modules like finance and supply chain, human capital management, and I'm an Oracle certified integration specialist with rich experience in integration, reports and analytics, customization, and data migration.
Thank you, Venkateshwari. Thanks for the introduction. So here we are today. So this is going to be our agenda for this session. So we will start with, on the first topic, we'll see the recent integration trends, which are more prevalent in 2021. Once we see the integration trends, then we will have an overview of Oracle Integration Cloud. After that, we will see how you can create point and click integrations using the product, that is OIC. Then we will go over a few use cases of OIC, such as how you can integrate SaaS applications within themselves, or how you can integrate SaaS applications to on-prem. And then we also look at a case study of B2B, wherein we will take EDI as an example and show how you can integrate that. After that, we'll see the real-time analytics and the process monitoring functionalities within OIC. And lastly, we'll open up the floor for any questions and answers. So let me start with the integration trend. So integration trend number one, which we see seeing today in 2021, is all about embracing automation. So as you all know, automation is about reducing human effort and improving the quality and value of the data you work with. On an individual level, it's about eliminating a lightweight manual tasks that you do regularly. For example, you do regularly like data validations, your data entry tasks, you compile reports, you share information and send emails and notifications. So across within your organization, this is where the concept of application integration can help unify your IT environment and synchronize all information within a business. All the departments, you should use more specialized application for the job and use automation to connect them. And then the tools which provide like OIC is an example, perfect example of how you can deploy and automate your tasks. To embrace automation, you can start by identifying what manual process require repetitive tasks or multiple handoffs. For tasks that you or your team do more often, spending a few hours building an automated data processing workflow can save a ton of time in the long run. Now let's look at integration trend number 2, which is leveraging more data types. So every data type you see has a unique purpose. For example, you wouldn't use your GIS software for financial data, and you wouldn't use a spreadsheet for data warehouse. It's more important to put data into the best format for the job, just as it's important to leverage and combine these various systems in order to generate meaningful insight. Your GIS and financial data offer a value on their own, but the most value is achieved when you integrate them. So now, recently, like the data types which we are seeing more and more, first is the spatial data. This has become more important than ever when it comes to generating meaningful insights, given that the biggest cloud vendors like Oracle have started providing spatial support since last year. So much data can be improved by adding a location and a spatial component to your data. The next data type which we are seeing more and more is again the real-time data. This is also more prevalent given the rise of the sensors and the 5G networks provided by the major carriers. Businesses need to analyze and manage more data, which is more real-time than ever, as it pours from various sources like your websites, your IoT sensors, various business events, and streams. Real-time data processing means quicker and really smart decisions. The third data type we are seeing is augmented reality or AR. This is also becoming more and more powerful and accessible as an endpoint for communication. It has been on the rise for a number of years, but in recent months, we have seen it a tipping point where it's becoming more available in all the everyday devices. Now, the third integration trend number 3 is, like, as everybody knows, is the evolution to the cloud. A few factors are driving organizations to the cloud. The biggest one being of these recent times is remote working. So when so much of the world was forced to work from home in the pandemic in 2020, companies that already embraced a cloud-based infrastructure hardly ever stumbled. When we can call head back to the office, we might see a permanent or long-term shift where employees may still decide to work remotely. As we have seen, a lot of companies now are offering like remote working. Remote employees aside, even traditional on-prem organizations have been shifting to the cloud for numerous reasons. The scalability and the elasticity of the cloud means only you can pay for what you use. And on top of that, companies can create more robust and secure infrastructure by building on incredibly secure platforms by leading cloud vendors. Agility is as important as here anywhere else, and integration within the ecosystems becomes a main driver, and which can be solved by products like Integration Cloud. Integration trend number 4, which we are seeing now, is improving the customer experience with AI. So as we all know, machine learning has become very useful in terms of creating a better experience for you and your customers. Let's consider a case how we can run a business using machine learning and AI to help people be more productive. The world is now just beginning to see the implication of machine learning for improving data productivity and much more customer experience. And of course, preparing data for machine learning is best handled with data integration workflows, like a tool like OIC, which can provide, which also can process, validate, clean, migrate, and repeat. So it can provide you a repeatable framework which you can use for multiple data integrations. Now let's look at integration trend number 5, which is planning for metadata management. As organizations collecting more and more data, managing it has become increasingly more important these days. It's critical to track what the data is, where it's coming from, where it resides, how it's been modified, and much more. Otherwise, the data becomes out of control very quickly. Think of it having like thousands of photos. Just to give you an analogy, let's have thousands of photos which you are taking from your phones, iPhones, or various camera sources throughout your life, and then there is no metadata attached. What I mean by that is, let's say there is no timestamps, no folders, nothing to tell you what the photos are or of when they're taken or when they were taken. So how will you know, or how are you supposed to find out what the pictures you want? You need some indicators of when and where they were taken, and maybe who or what is in them in order to make better use of them. So this analogy applies to metadata. Metadata does this for your data, no matter what format it is in. And then the metadata can also be collected using the integration tools like OIC. So those were the prevailing trends of the data integration, which we have seen in recent times. Now, after this trend, we are going to see how a little bit of overview of Oracle Integration Cloud and its use cases and how it's used to integrate data. So having said that, I'll pass on the floor to Venkateshwari, and I'll talk to you guys towards the end of the webinar. Venkateshwari.
Thanks, Rahul. Yeah. Let's see. We are going to see in detail about Oracle Integration Cloud. And first, we are going to see about overview of Oracle Integration Cloud. So what it does, it helps us to integrate and automate application across cloud and on-premises system, unified offerings or app integration, process automation. Common use cases where this Oracle Integration Cloud helps us, where if you're creating an integration for order to cash, employee onboarding, GL invoice synchronization, scheduling orchestration or file handling, EDA file transfer. Majorly, these are the areas where this integration plays a vital role, where we'll be using OIC tool to create integration. Key features are we need a low coding to create integration, and we have pre-built recipes and rich libraries of adapters are available in OIC, which we can just plug in and create your integration. Integration Insight collects data from your business process, and it in turn will be collected and sorted, and it will be projected as a analytical data, which will help the business users to foresee their plans. They can create their own metrics, and they can avoid their future issues in their business. Secure on-premises integration using lightweight agent. And on-premises integration is more simple by using an agent, which is more secured one. And benefits are faster integration and automation of application, increased business agility. So if you see about Oracle Integration Cloud tool, the page will be looking like this. On the left side palette, you can see processes, integration, B2B, Visual Builder, monitoring. So these are the major features we have in major components we have in Oracle Integration Cloud, and we are going to see in detail about these components, and we are going to see in detail about integration in this session. These are the key features in OIC. First is an integration, SaaS and on-premises integration. Just creating a connection between your source and target application, we can create an integration. Just plugging in an adapter and creating a connection between the source and target, and you can pass the details or data between source and target. So this process becomes very simple by using OIC tool. So you can just create an integration by plugging in your adapters and creating an integration. So first feature is creating an integration and passing your data or transmitting your data between your source and target application. It can be either a SaaS to SaaS, I mean cloud to cloud application, or a cloud to on-premises application. Next is business process automation. This plays a major role where you want to introduce your own business process in your application. You want to automate your business process in your application. Then we'll be going for business process automation. You can develop, you can test your own business process, and you can publish it and activate it. Next is visual application development. This plays a vital role where if you want to create a custom page in your custom web application or your mobile application, where you want to carry your own task in your application. In such case, we'll be going for visual application development, where you don't need much of more setup or no coding is required to create new page or using this visual application development. Last but not the least is real-time analytics and monitoring. Here you will be pulling the data, extracting the data from your business process, and further this data will be sorted and listed, and then it will be projected as a proper analytical report, where this will help the business users to plan their metrics, and they can using this they can avoid their future issues in the business. Let's see in detail about Oracle integration. This is one of the business case where here in this picture you can see ERP cloud is getting integrated with CX cloud using OIC tool. So here ERP cloud is a source system and CX cloud is a target system. Source system is getting connected to OIC using a cloud adapter. Then in turn OIC is getting connected to CX cloud using an other adapter. So the first connection is called a trigger connection, and the next connection which is connecting OIC and CX cloud is called a invoke connection. So whenever after creating this integration, whenever you're creating your sales order in a ERP cloud, that will be getting pushed into OIC, and which in turn which is getting pushed into CX cloud as incident. So this kind of synchronization is possible using integration. So automate real-time integration, streamless business process by integrating across multiple business systems is applicable through Oracle integration. Now we are seeing this business use case is about integrating SaaS to on-premises integration. Here in this case, you can see Salesforce is getting connected to OIC, and OIC in turn it is getting connected to Oracle e-business suite, which is an on-premises system. So here the Salesforce to OIC connection is getting enabled by an adapter, and OIC to e-business suite is getting connected using a connectivity agent. So whenever the opportunities are updated from Salesforce, which in turn which is getting pushed into OIC, and from OIC it is getting pushed into as a sales order in e-business suite. So in this case, even in turn you can get a response from sales order to OIC, and which can be pushed into opportunity, which can be pushed into your Salesforce cloud as well. So this feature enables you to create integration and exchange message between on-premises application and Oracle integration cloud service. Let's see about components of OIC integration. First is adapter, which is used to connect the source and OIC system, OIC tool. And from OIC to target, we can use an other adapter if you're connecting it with the other cloud application. So what this adapter does, this adapter will mediate and semantic and technical differences of data, and which in turn which will be pushed into your target system for future manipulation or future use. Similarly, leverage Oracle cloud services for storage and messaging service. Not only you can create this integration just for passing your data or messages between your application, you can use the public cloud service for storage and messaging service as well. In this below picture, you can see there is a connection which is created by an adapter between OIC and your source application. And similarly, there is another connection between OIC to target application cloud service, which is another invoke, which is called as a invoke connection. So basically, for creating a SaaS to SaaS integration, you need either an adapter or an agent connection, which will integrate OIC with your source and target application. Next is an on-premises integration. So for on the cloud service, adapter plays a major role for creating a connection between your application and OIC, whereas in on-premises system, agent plays a major role for connecting your on-premises system with OIC. So connectivity agents are the agents that help you to create integration between on-premises application and Oracle integration cloud service, which is required for Oracle integration cloud to communicate or exchange messages with on-premises application like database, e-business suite, etc. Now let's see the workflow of integration development. What are the major steps that we need to carry when you are creating an integration? First step is about creating a connection between your source and OIC. Here, as we discussed, adapter plays a vital role in creating a connection. Next is about you can define your own logic in your integration, where whatever requirements you have based on your business need, that can be configured here. Even for this, we don't need to go for any coding level. We can just drag and drop, and you can create your own flow logic. Next is third step is about mapping a document. Here, mapping a data. It is about mapping your source and target application fields so that the data exchanged between field 1 from source service to field 1 from your target application. So even here for mapping your data, you don't need to go for coding. Just a graphical mapper is given. You can drag and drop your fields, and you can map your fields in between source and target application. Next is you can activate your integration. And then final one is about monitoring your integration performance. Once you created your integration and activated your integration, we do have a facility to monitor our integration, which will help us to monitor your completed integration run as well as forthcoming integration run. So totally, we have almost 5 steps in detail. First is creating an interconnection. Then next is building your integration flow logic. Third is mapping your data. Then you can activate it. Then you can monitor your integration. Now let's see about pre-built integration. In pre-built we don't need to create integration from the scratch. In OIC, we do have pre-built integrations available readily. You can just plug in that integration and you can make use of it for your integration, for creating your integration. So in that pre-built integration, we have 2 different types: Oracle created integration as well as integration that you created or others created. So the third party, whoever created, is published in OIC, which can be utilized by us for creating our integration.
So Venkateshwari, this is Rahul. So on the previous slide, so the integrations what we have, as you were explaining, so out of the box, Oracle provides all the major APIs, right? So if we have to create POs, we have to create invoices, those just integrations Oracle provides out of the box with the Oracle SaaS product, and else you can connect those to other systems, correct? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, Rahul. They have given a standard adapters, standard integration flow, which is created already. So you can just plug in between your applications and you can just go ahead with your integration.
Thanks for clarifying that, Venkateshwari.
Thanks. So as you see in the page, this is how your pre-built integration will be listed. You can just plug in your, you can pick your integration, you can create it as a package, and you can make use of your integration. So far we have seen that it is applicable to pick your integration, pre-built integration, and you can make use of it. Not only that, you can even customize your pre-built integration based on your requirements. It means the basic pre-built integration can be imported, and on top of it, you can apply your own logic, apply your own metadata, and you can make use of it for your integration. So what are the steps involved in creating, customizing pre-built integration? First is import the package of pre-built integration. So whatever the pre-built integration is there, you can import it as a package. Then customize the integration by giving your metadata like name, version, your URL, and so other details. And you can give your, you can add up your logic as well. And then you have to, third step is about integration packages can be created to migrate the integration from one instance to other integration. After customizing your integration, it can be created as a separate package with a different version or a different name, so that you can completely move this, migrate this package from one instance to other instance. Maybe in case of from your test instance to your production instance as well. Final one is about activating your integration. You can activate this integration. So overall, we have 4 different steps: import your development, customize it, export from development, and then import this to test instance. So far, we have seen about pre-built integration. Now we are going to see in detail about how to create an integration from the scratch. So when you're creating an integration from the scratch, then integration includes at least a source connection, then a target connection, and a field mapping. So these basic three components should be there whenever you're creating your integration. So first is one source connection, which is called a trigger role, which will connect your source system to your OIC. And next one is one or more target invoke role connection, which will connect your OIC to your target system. Then third is a mapping, data mapping between two connections, which will help us to pass data from source system to your target system. So in the below picture, you can see in a general, any of integration, we'll be having a trigger connection, then a request map data, then an invoke connection, then it will be pushed into your source target application. From there, in response, you can get your response back, and it can be pushed into your source application. So when you're creating your own integration, we have different styles which can be used to create your integration. So each integration falls in any one of these styles. Let's see in detail about what are the different styles we have. First is basic routing, which is a deprecated one, and Oracle is suggesting us to use app-driven orchestration instead of basic routing. So next is the publish to OIC. Publish to OIC will be used in a case when you are passing a message from your source application to OIC, where in turn all these messages will be accumulated in OIC for your future purpose. In such case, we'll be going for publish to OIC. So it is a one-way asynchronous interface. So in such case, we'll be going for publish to OIC style. Next is subscribe to OIC. Subscribe to OIC is nothing but when publish to OIC integration is subscribed, then it is called subscribe to OIC. So in this case, you can create an invoke adapter to pass a message from OIC to your target system, where certain action will happen in your target application. In such case, we'll be going for subscribe to OIC style. Next is app-driven orchestration. Most of our integration will fall in this style, app-driven orchestration. This integration uses basically WebL process manager capabilities, and which uses all 4 types of messages in this style. So this will help us to pass your message from your source system to OIC, and from OIC it can be manipulated and pushed into your target application. And from there, in turn, after an action, you can get a response, which in turn can push into your source application. So in such case, we'll be going for app-driven orchestration style. But next is about schedule orchestration. Schedule orchestration is nothing but when app-driven orchestration is getting scheduled, then at a particular time, every day on a particular interval, you want to activate this integration, then you can go for schedule orchestration. Then final one is about file transfer, which is nothing but which is very similar to schedule orchestration, where here mostly the files are getting exchanged or manipulated between your source and target application. So whatever integration you are creating in your OIC tool, which falls in any one of this style. So this is how the all different styles are getting listed in your OIC tool. You can select your style, and you can start your integration flow. So in general, even when you're creating your integration from the scratch, all these 5 steps has to be carried out. Create an integration, rebuild your own logic, then map your data, activate your integration, and monitor your integration. Next is about adapter. Adapter, as we discussed, adapter plays a big role when you're creating a connection between your source and OIC application, OIC tool. So what this adapter does, this process messages communicate with remote system, abstract away the complexities of transport and protocols, automatic discovery of application assets, business objects, services, and events, support for standard and custom objects, plug and play, require you to only point and click to start using new adapters, or configured as a part of an ICS flow. So adapter, majorly this behaves as a communicator between the source and OIC, where you can collect your data or pass your messages from source application to your OIC tool. So on the right side picture, you can see a few of the sample adapters which is getting listed in OIC tool. You can select your adapters and you can create your connection. And not only that, you have almost pre-built 60 adapters are available in your OIC tool, and which are classified according to this list, like Oracle Cloud SaaS application, third-party cloud SaaS application, on-premises enterprises application, social or productivity application, generic technology adapters, it can be a databases or FTP or file service, REST service, or SOAP adapters. So which are classified based on the technology like ERP connectivity, CX connectivity, productivity, and social connectivity. So this is how it is getting classified based on the connectivity, and you can pick your adapters and you can create your connection. So as we have seen, once you are creating a connection, trigger connection is mandatory for creating a connection, and then mapping is mandatory to flow the data from a particular field to pass the data from a particular field to your target field, and then from there it is getting pushed into your target application using an other adapter. So this is how SaaS to SaaS integration flow will be like. Let's see a few of the adapters which was wisely used in industry. First is Oracle Service Cloud. Oracle Service Cloud adapters helps us to invoke operations, execute SQL queries, or download business objects as files from Service Cloud application. When you take Oracle ERP Cloud, here it allows the client to retrieve information about all public Fusion application services endpoints available for that instance. And in a HCM Cloud, it enables you to invoke operations, extract bulk data, or subscribe to updates, send files to HCM Cloud. On Oracle ATP or ATW databases, which will enable to execute SQL queries or store procedures in Oracle ATP or AWD databases. If you take FTP adapter, it mostly deals with the file transfer. So it deals with the file transfer protocol and secure cell file transfer protocol in OIC. This will help us to upload, manipulate your files between your source and target application. Next is SOAP adapter, which can consume an external SOAP API in an integration, and this will pass the message received from OIC can be passed through a payload to the external SOAP endpoint by SOAP adapter. And any response received from endpoint can be sent back to your source application as well. Next is REST adapter. REST adapter can consume any external REST API by configuring a REST adapter connection as an invoke service. So these are the major frequently used adapters in OIC. Let's see in detail about the steps when you're creating an integration. As we have seen, the first step is about connection. What is connection? Connection defines the application you want to integrate between your source and application. Each connection can be used for both inbound and outbound. Connections can be divided into 4 categories: SaaS adapter, technology adapter, social adapter, and on-premises adapter. So basically, where you will be plugging in an adapter, that's the space that's the step we used to call it as connection. So the first connection which is getting connected, the source and OIC, is called a trigger connection, and the adapter which is creating a connection between your OIC to target application is called invoke connection. So both these connections are mandatory for creating any integration. Next step is about data mapping. A visual data mapper enables you to define data mapping between different data structure by using drag and drop. just dragging and dropping a field between the source and target application, you can create a mapping. Visual mapper is there. So using that, you can just drag and drop and create you can create your mapping between the fields. Automatically populate target data structure with information pulled from one or more source data structures. When your source and target applications are connected to OIC, automatically all your data structures will be listed in your OIC. You can pick your data structure. From there, you can drill down to your particular field where you want to create a mapping, and you can drag it to your target system and you can create your mapping. You don't need to do any coding specifically here, unless otherwise, if you want to manipulate it, or if you want to, if you have a specific requirement to manipulate the expressions, then you can go for coding. Otherwise, even just dragging it will help us to map between the fields. Next is a transformation is supposed between an XML and XML. So this transmission is happening between XML and XML between source and target. So this is how your source and target field mapping will happen. So on the left side, you can see account is the data structure. From there, the organization name is dragged and dropped into the name field of target application. So this whatever data is passed from an organization name will be pushed into the name field of your target application. So far we have seen how to create a connection and data mapping. The final step is about monitoring and managing errors in integration. We can review the information about the completed run instance and the time of next run. We can submit, pass, and play to restart the schedule. Not only the currently running integration, we can see the errors. We can also see the errors of completed integration as well. And we can also see the next run at what is the next time for next run of the integration. We can submit, pass, and play and restart our integration as well. We can also trap the errors of integration, connection, and we can take the errors of recovery jobs as well. Also, we can set up our logging levels and accessing log files for each integration. You can set your levels, and even your log files can be shared to a particular resource or users through an email. Even that is applicable when you're monitoring your integration. Now, let's see in detail about EDA integration. B2B integration. B2B integration provides us to share the documents, business document between the trading partners in a secured way. And this B2B works in an orchestrated integration style. And this in this integration, based on the EDA translate action, we can use the standard document to do the configuration, to do the mapping between the documents, or we can even use a predefined document in the configuration level and make use of that document for mapping the documents between the trading partners. So when you're creating a B2B integration, we have two types, like one is an inbound integration and other one is an outbound integration. In inbound integration, the B2B message is sent from the trading partner to the host trading partner. In outbound integration, the B2B message is sent from the host trading partner. On the right side picture, you can see majorly these are the documents frequently will be shared between trading partners, like purchase order, medical records, product specification, tax records. These are the documents needs to be exchanged between trading partners. In such case, we'll be going for B2B integration, where we can create EDA integration using B2B integration in Oracle OIC. So first is an inbound. What are the major steps involved? How we can create an integration, inbound integration. First, we need to fetch the data file from your trading partner, and that will be getting translated in the next step based on the standard document. Then finally, after pushing, we can trap the errors in the each integration, integration run. So majorly 3 steps. First, we need to capture the document and it has to be translated, and finally the errors has to be trapped on each run. Next is about outbound integration. In outbound integration, we'll be just taking the data output from our source system, which will be in turn translated to based on the trading partner, and it will be pushed into our trading partner. And after pushing the data, we can check the errors for each run. So these are the steps involved in outbound integration. On right side screen, right side picture, you can see different type of actions listed. In that, EDI translated the action, which plays a major role when you are creating EDI integration. Let's see in detail about how this translate EDI action plays a major role in creating EDI integration. The B2B message is sent from the trading partner to the host trading partner. Then it is called inbound integration. And the steps involved in configuring this inbound integration is first, create a payload as inbound, a translate type. Then when you're creating a translate type, these are the details you need to give, like a document standard, document version, and what type of document you are getting exchanged, and document definition, EDI character encoding. Final step to map to receive the EDI. So in translate EDI, inbound EDI, these are the major steps involved. First, you need to create a payload, and then you translate the type based on your configuration. Then finally, you need to receive that EDI in your trading partner side. So on the right side screenshot, on the right side picture, you can see it's a sample inbound interface, like receive EDI is a connection. Then you're mapping your data to EDI translate, where you will be configuring all these details, document standard, document version, type, definition, and character encoding. Then after translating the data, that will be getting pushed into your map to receive EDI, where the data from there, it will be pushed into your source system. Sorry, to your trading partner. So this is how inbound integration will be configured. And if you see in this picture, when you are configuring your EDI translate action, you have to select first, it should be an EDI, inbound EDI message integration. Then you have to provide the data for document standard, what document you are going to use, whether it's a standard document or your own predefined document, that needs to be selected in the dropdown. Then you have to give your document version and what type of document that you are going to share, whether it's a purchase order 850 or 856 document, shipping document, or an invoice document. That document type has to be given. Then a document definition, a standard, or your predefined document type, that needs to be given. Then an EDI character encoding has to be given, how it has to be encoded. So these are the mandatory field which needs to be filled in any of your when you are configuring EDI translate action for EDI integration. Now let's see about outbound integration. In outbound integration, the steps involved are first, create an output file as an XML document from your trading partner, from your source trading partner. Then create a REST trigger with XML payload, which will push the data into a translate action. Then from the translate action, as discussed, the same document steps has to be configured. Then based on the data, we'll be creating a mapping and it will be pushed into your trading partner. Similarly, the same configuration has to be done here, but instead of inbound EDI message at the first level, you need to select the outbound EDI message. So here, when you are creating a mapping between your trading partner fields, this is how you'll be creating a trading partner fields mapping. You need to just drag and drop the fields and you can create your mapping between the trading partners field, data structure fields. Now let's see in detail about real-time analytics. Key features of real-time analytics is it helps us to monitor the business application, whether it is an on-premises system or on-premises application or cloud application, and it helps us to define milestones, business milestones and metrics from our browser with no coding, then identify problems when they happen. It helps us to facilitate business to IT communication. Then the benefits are real-time visibility into business, puts business owners in control, provides early warning to prevent business failure, no costly development engaged. So Oracle Integration Insight tool, which is used to perform analytics on Oracle integration application. So which will pull the data from your business application, and that will be collected, sorted, visualized, and it will be projected as an analytical report, which will help the business users to foresee their metrics, or they can foresee their problems in advance, so that they can avoid the future failures in their business. For collecting and sorting data, Integration Insights provides features to create a data model where data can be extracted from business process and stored. Further, these extracted data can be processed and presented as meaningful business metrics. So basically, the real-time analytics and monitoring helps us to monitor your business in advance. So let's go for a quick recap of the session, what we have gone through now. First, we have seen about the recent trends in market. Next, we have seen about overview of OIC. Next, we have seen about OIC components. Then we have seen about a pre-built integration and steps involved in customizing your pre-built integration. Next, steps in creating an integration and styles of integration, and what are the steps involved in creating your new integration from the scratch, and what is connection, what is mapping, and what are the steps involved in monitoring your integration. What are the key features of monitoring your integration. Then we have seen what are the types of EDA integration we have and how we can create integration for EDA. B2B integration can be created. Then finally, we have seen about real-time analytics and monitoring. What is the use of real-time analytics and monitoring?
Organizing this, appreciate it.
Thanks, Mike. Thank you, everyone.